Hey guys, what's up? This is Talking Tech for you, and this is the Pixel 4a. Let's get into it. After months of teasers and leaks, we finally have the Pixel 4a. This is the budget version of the Pixel 4 that was released quite some time ago. It starts at just $349. The ideology behind this phone is simplicity. This is a budget phone which checks almost all the boxes for a good budget phone and then has this ridiculously good camera. Everything in this phone is simple. There is only one spec available and in only one color. There is only one camera. It has a unibody build with simple specs at a budget price of $349. The gold standard of budget phones in this price range is the OnePlus Nord and the iPhone SE. This phone is made to undercut both of these. It is actually made to compete with the iPhone SE and retain market space in this category. The Pixel 3a was a very important phone for Google. It was a good phone lacking everything other than a great camera. The old ideology had a minute market share. Very few people wanted a phone with a great camera but bad specs, huge bezels and little battery life. This has taught Google an important lesson about the A lineup. They took the Pixel 3a and doubled down on everything it had with an exceptional camera to make the Pixel 4a, which is a great budget phone. This phone has a unibody plastic build. For some reason, this phone seems to have a weird amount of flex to it, which seems a little weird. It comes only in one color, just black. The whole design is just simple. It has a fingerprint scanner at the back. This is so old, but I really don't see this as much as a demerit because it's fast and reliable. I'm absolutely fine with this. This phone also keeps the headphone jack. The specs for this phone is again simple. It runs on Snapdragon 730G, 6GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, a 3140 mAh battery. It has a 1080p display with a 60Hz refresh rate, a single 12.2 megapixel camera at the back and an 8 megapixel front camera. I know that these specs don't sound that great, but in a budget phone it is good, but that's all this phone really needs. The RAM and storage is fine, but the battery life is important. The Pixel 3a had small battery life which was not very good. This phone has a bigger battery and it lasts for much longer. The display is fine. It has a regular 1080p display with a regular 60Hz refresh rate. But sometimes there is a stutter in the animations, but I blame the Snapdragon 730G chip for this, but not the display. The camera system is weird. It has a square-shaped camera module which would lead you to believe that there is a multi-camera system, but there's actually just one. There is a flash in the top left and a single camera in the bottom right. There is a 12.2 megapixel camera which does not sound like too much, but just wait till we speak about the camera. Okay, now let's talk about the thing which everyone wants to hear about, which is the camera. The whole phone is centered around the camera. The numbers about the camera don't sound that good, but the quality is fantastic. The pictures are sharp and the contrast is great. This is one of the best cameras in a budget phone. There is no depth sensor in the camera system, but the portrait mode pictures are fantastic. There is no ultra-wide camera or a macro camera, which was really not missed, but the ultra-wide would have been nice. Since the main camera is so good, it would have been expensive, hence the single camera system. The Pixel 3a was centered around the camera, but other things compromised, but the Pixel 4a is a much better phone, but still centered around this amazing camera. So, to put an end to all of this, the Pixel 4a is a really good budget phone. It undercuts the OnePlus Nord and the iPhone SE and competes with both of them. Google has finally taken on their phone seriously by creating a phone which appeals to a larger market. This is not a phone you buy to play games and expect crazy performance. This is just a well-rounded budget phone with an insanely good camera. The best in any budget phone. This phone is just simple. So, should you buy it? The answer to this question, like always, depends on some stuff. This phone is centered around the camera, and if that is really important to you, then you should definitely get it. If you don't need your phone to perform extremely well and play power demanding games, then this is good for it as well. If you are a power user who plays a lot of games or is a person who has a lot of stuff in their phone, then it is difficult with the Pixel 4a running on Snapdragon 730G and having 128 gigs of storage. But this is definitely a phone to consider. For the price of just $349, this phone packs in a lot. So that was the Pixel 4a. If you enjoyed watching this, then please don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. But for now, peace.